If she can go months without reaching out to you, without breadcrumbing you in any way with story views or likes, it's probably because she's distracted. And usually, she's distracted because there's another man in the picture. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down why she just needs time is a total lie, and how to respond when another man is in the picture. So let's get right into the distraction myth. She just needs time. Time is like a few days at most to do something. Right? If she is going literally months without talking to you, and like I said, without breadcrumbing you in some way, she has her time and her guts filled up with somebody else. So when a woman disconnects from you, what they're really doing is they're not really trying to freeze that connection, they just redirect that energy to somebody else. And silence on her end isn't confusion, it's contentment. In other words, if she's not reaching out, it means she feels no emotional consequence for not having you around. Or worse, she feels validated by someone else. And most guys cope because they can't deal with the fact that the girl that they love is giving attention to somebody else. She's just busy. She's giving me space. After months, she's not just busy. She doesn't need any more space or time. She's just distracted. Going months without hearing from a girl and honestly believing that she is by herself, like she left you to be alone in her apartment watching Netflix. Bro, if you honestly believe that, I don't know what to tell you. Now, there are going to be plenty of girls in the comments going to be saying, no way, I'm distracted by my self-worth. That's what it is. While they scroll on Tinder and get rejected by the men that they actually want. It's like their idea of self-worth is chasing a man that doesn't want them. Those girls don't heal. They just monkey branch from the next guy to the next. And look, at the beginning of the breakup, there's going to be some feelings of happiness, of true elation from her because she's out of this relationship. And of course, she blames you for everything. And of course, you're the toxic one, you know. She didn't do anything wrong. How dare you even insinuate this? And yeah, let's just assume that you guys actually had something, right? Like it wasn't just a one night stand or a weekend thing. After a few weeks, so a month or two, she enters into the curiosity stage. She's going to be wondering about you. She's going to be looking at you. This is usually whenever you get your first breadcrumb, right? Like she's going to view your story, or she's going to like a post, or she's going to ask about you to one of her friends, one of your mutual friends, whatever. And if she still cares, if the bond is still there, like it was still real, right? Then she'll send you something like a passive signal, usually around this time. But here's where guys make the biggest mistake, is that after a few months have gone by, they start to think that, well, she's either just really busy or she's working really hard on herself or some other nonsense like that. And of course, they think that because they reach out to her and they ask, hey, what's up? How have you been? Just checking in on you, or sending something else that's just as stupid. And of course, for some reason, now we're surprised because she doesn't reply back with these really heartfelt messages of, wow, I really missed you. What have you been up to? It's like, no, she's not replying like that. She's just going to ask you, what's up? Hey. Nice to hear from you, or some crap like that. And then she's going to tell you that dreaded line, sorry, I just needed space, or sorry, I'm actually seeing someone right now. Even if, by the way, they're not. Because see, she still has to win the breakup. She still knows that you still want her. You've just validated her entire existence and her decision to leave you. This is why, past about the 3-month mark, is where I tell men that they need to detach. They need to look for somebody else. They need to move on. It's not because they don't reach back out, because they always reach back out. It's because you can't wait around for her. It's like this oxymoron. It's the two-edged sword of getting your ex back, is in order to get her back, you have to let her go, which is wild to even think about, but that's how it works. You're still attached. You're still holding on months later, and women can sense that, right? It's you lurking all over her profile. It's you viewing her stories, and even if you're not, I swear to you, there's something about it. Women can sense when you're still orbiting them. So you take away your time, your attention, your energy, and you refocus it on yourself, or hell, even somebody else. And oddly enough, it's when that energy goes, when your attention goes, when your validation dries up, that she actually starts to miss you, that she actually starts to wonder where you went, and that's what makes her reach back out in the future. But it can't happen unless you go. What's the saying? She can't miss you if you don't leave, bro. And this is especially true if you're dealing with somebody with an attachment disorder, like a fearful avoidant. They're called that because they avoid feelings, emotions, consequences. Totally. Those people run far and they run fast. Forget making a mountain out of a molehill. These people make a planet out of a pebble. When they run and they shut down, they shut down. Now, it's never permanent, but they shut down longer and harder than the average person does because, again, they have attachment disorders, okay? And the best way to deal with an attachment disorder, especially if you don't know yourself, you don't know that that's what's wrong with you, is to just hand it off to somebody else. It's like, this bridge is already on fire. I'm not going to put that one out, even though I definitely lit the match. I'm going to go over here to this bridge because this one looks fine and clean, and maybe it's not as good looking as that one or as funny, but I'm going to cross this one because, hey, this one is more validating. This one feels a little bit better than the other. And of course, halfway across that bridge, I'm going to burn that one too because I noticed that there was a slight splinter or something was slightly off level, and I don't really want that one either because it's not the one that I had envisioned in my mind. And I'm going to run backwards and I'm going to run to the other bridge and see if it's not fully collapsed yet, and that's when I'm going to reach out to you. See, with a healthy person, whenever a breakup happens, they pause their entire life and they deal with that breakup just for a few days at least. They get over it, they eat some Ben & Jerry's, they feel sad for a while, they allow themselves to go through it, then they resume work, they resume school, they move on with their life. But the modern man is not dealing with emotionally mature women, which is why so many men, I would go so far as to say the majority of men, watch their exes run off with somebody else within days or weeks of ending a relationship with them, even if they were in a relationship with them for years. Their brains don't pause for that connection. They don't pause to get over anything. They just reattach to somebody else. Again, that's why we call them avoidants. They avoid those uncomfortable emotions. Here's how most women actually replace you. They replace you by simply firing up that old roster and giving their attention, time, and energy to the man who came second place. It's that guy she told you was just a friend, kind of like jail is just a room. And she swears up and down there's nothing going on between them. It's just some harmless flirting, which of course she doesn't call flirting. They're just complimenting each other on their style. That's what it is. And by the way, guys do the exact same thing too. It's like the women that we cheat on are prettier often than the girls that we cheat with. And I don't know why people are like that. It seems like even though it's a clear downgrade, it's still different, but it's a distraction, which makes it better. So what do you do when you know or strongly suspect that there's another guy? The first thing I want you to understand and acknowledge is that you don't compete with the new guy. That's because he is not in competition with you. You guys are running two very separate, very different races. And what I mean is that new guy will never be able to match the emotional intimacy that you guys have, at least not right now, because that takes time. It's like if you've been in a relationship with this woman for a few months, for a few years, and somebody, you, her new man, thinks that she's going to move on with him within a couple weeks. It's like, even if they look like they are, like they're the happiest they've ever been in their life, at best, it's just the honeymoon phase. And then what's going to happen is because she didn't deal with you properly, she's going to carry you into that new relationship with her. That's her emotional baggage. And you can't compete with him because guess what he has over you? He's new. That's it. He's new. Maybe he has more money. Maybe he's better looking. Maybe he drives a better car. Now, often these things are not the case. But like I said, these downgrades don't matter because they're just a distraction. So when she throws herself at another man right after she's done with you within, a week or two or maybe even a month, you're not done. And that relationship is still in her mind. She's carrying you forward into her new relationship. And you can be damn sure that she's going to be comparing you to her new man. Her distraction is not your replacement. It means she's coping badly. Focus on what she's going to compare. Yes, you may have been weak or needy in that relationship, which may have led to the end of it. That's what happens with most of them. But how you exited, how you left that breakup is going to leave the biggest imprint in her mind because she's going to be comparing you and her new man constantly, even if it's only subconsciously. And your calm, your silence, the way that you're handling yourself right now, which is obviously better than this guy's about to, makes you seem stronger, smarter, and more intelligent, even if it's not true, because most men aren't learning the things that you're learning through these videos. Just because a man has money doesn't mean that they're good with women. Now, they're great at opening because they let their money do the talking for them. But as far as keeping a woman or making sure she's emotionally happy or grounded, I mean, you see it all the time in Hollywood. It's like if money mattered that much, the rich and the powerful would have no problems keeping their mates. But they do because they expect their money to carry them through the relationship and they all figure out, hey, this actually doesn't work very well. And worst case scenario, if you honestly believe that she's gone for good, if she forgot what it felt like to lose you, let her remember it through someone who can't compare. Bonus tip. If she's watching you but still hasn't reached out after months, she's just waiting for you to crack. She's formulating these ideas, these scenarios in her head for how to get you to cave. Or she's formulating these ideas in her head about how she could reach out to you that wouldn't make her look so weak and desperate. It's then that you know that your silence is starting to haunt that woman. Either way, you do not chase. You do not view this other man as competition for who you are and what you had with her. Let her go. Let her run to him. Let her be distracted by him, because when she's done with all that distraction and she realizes, just like binging on chocolate cake, that it really didn't do much but make her stomach hurt. And she's going to realize that, yeah, while that may have been fun, there wasn't really anything real about it, because the whole relationship that they had was simply built on fantasy. Either way, bro, grab some popcorn, sit back, and watch the fireworks unfold. Don't forget, in the bio of every single one of these videos, I do include my link if you want to get a hold of me. Schedule something with me if you want to take whatever problem that you're having to a deeper level. Lil bro, you've got this. I've got you, and I'll see you in the next one.